What's going on, guys? I hope you're doing well. Hey, so this is video log number 1 in a series. I'm taking more of my written content and I'm going to be putting it into video format. I want to share my thoughts, my ideas, my experiences, what I'm doing in life, what I'm learning, the mistakes I made. And I want to share that with you all through video. And so this is like a little challenge, a little social experiment that I'm doing for myself, and to just do video logs like this on a consistent basis. So this is number 1. I think the way that we're using social media is changing, or it's evolving. And, you know, I think that there's a huge opportunity now, especially with so many people being confronted by certain truths and having to really examine themselves and what they believe and what their values are and what their principles are. I think there's a really opportunity to connect with like-minded people. And, you know, the internet allows us to connect with people all over the world. And so finding, the right person, or finding a group of people that are going to really propel you, your growth and what you want out of life and your journey, I think is now easier than ever. And so that's one of the reasons why I want to do video logs, is to connect with more people who think like me. And so I'm going to be sharing a lot of my insights and my thoughts, and they're all going to be centered around personal sovereignty, this idea of taking agency over your life, of living with intention and purpose, and actually consciously thinking about the actions you're taking, the thoughts that you're believing, and so forth, right? Being aware of the connections that you have with people and what those connections represent and what they mean. I mean, these are all aspects of personal sovereignty, and they expand a wide range of topics. So I'm going to have an endless stream of things to talk about, but pretty much from the point of view of creating more personal sovereignty in your life. And part of that is also knowing thyself, right? Knowing who you are. And what I've realized is that part of knowing who you are, you have to challenge yourself. So this year I've committed to numerous challenges, building businesses and so forth, traveling, and I'll be sharing with you guys my experiences, my thoughts on it, and walk you through my thought process. And hopefully that can spark discussion, or that can spark reflection in people. But yeah, primarily it's to build connections. And I already have, in a lot of ways, built international connections that are deep and meaningful, right? I've built a community, the Sovereign Mindset, where I have people from all over the world, from Europe to New Zealand to South America to Canada, and that's really cool, And the quality of what these people think, this group of men, how they think, their perception of the world, their skill sets, man, it's really creates an ecosystem that's positive and propelling. And so I want to add to that community. And part of that is going to be sharing my thoughts with you here. And yeah, so I already see the fruits of trying to expand your network by creating content. They already are visible and tangible for me. So now it's just expanding that. And I think that's what video content and video logging is going to do. The second thing that I want to do, or the reason why I want to vlog, it's a creative outlet for myself. It's a way to synthesize my thoughts, to put them in some type of coherent manner or orderly fashion. I think we're in a kind of info war right now. We're in a phase of civilization where so many shifts are happening all at once, and the stability and the certainty that was once there in people's lives, right? Things happen so fast now that you really have to be paying attention and forecasting if you want to navigate these times in a prosperous way, right? And so that's the other thing. I want to basically take the information that I'm gathering, synthesize it, put it into some coherent framework, And that way it makes my thinking sharper. But not only that, it puts my ideas out there or my perspective out there, and then I get feedback, right? I get all these people looking at it and maybe poking holes in it, or validating certain perspectives, And I think that's the power of, this hive mind that evolves, through your community on the internet. And so that's another reason why I think vlogging is going to be really helpful, just to have more eyes on my thinking, so it becomes sharper. And yeah, the creative outlet, right? Like there's this aspect where, I have this yearning to share my thoughts. I think a lot of people do, to create something of value from, my thoughts. It's fulfilling in a way that, in that self-actualization kind of pyramid, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Like, to be able to leave some type of legacy, to be able to leave some type of shared experience with you guys, is, like I said, it fulfills that creative endeavor. And the thing is, when you put your thoughts out there on the internet, and you have kind of let's say a portfolio of who you are, what you think, what you're about, what you do, people can really quickly learn who you are and what you do, and know if they like you, know if that you're a potential person that they want to work with. And it's basically like this acid on the internet where you're going to have people periodically find you and either maybe want to work with you, want to hire you, want to talk to you, want to present an opportunity to you. And I've experienced that as well. So there's all these benefits to this. And so I'm looking forward to it. My idea is to package this information in a way that's useful and valuable to you guys, and just get better over time. That's the other thing that I realized. Like, I want to become more articulate. I want to become, I want to increase my communication abilities, right? I want to connect with more people. I want to get my thoughts out there. I want to be persuasive and so forth. And so, this is practice. And, if I do this on a consistent basis, which I plan to do, over time, man, I should just only get better. And so moving up that learning curve is exciting to me, and it's going to be interesting to see where I'm at 30 days from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. And so you got to start somewhere. And I feel like, putting yourself out there, being open to being vulnerable, being authentic, it's hurdles to overcome, but you can overcome them, and you just have to put the reps in and put the work in. And so that's part of what this vlog is about as well. And let's see what direction things go in, right? But you got to start somewhere. Anyways, so I'm going to close it off there. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next vlog, and we'll see what we talk about then. Peace.